Intelligence. I'm Intox along with Bdot, baby.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
Episode 121. As you can see, Bdot's not here, but we have Mr. Prim. Gonna get into it.
What up?
You know what we
up,
do.
what up?
You know how it goes. Awkward Intelligence, rocking that shit. Yeah, episode 121, man. What the fuck? We are on our way to 150. What do you think's gonna happen then? I don't know. We're gonna plan it. We'll figure it out. But
Buck 50.
It's coming quick. It's coming quick.
Buck 50 on the dash.
Right.
See how fast we can go. Hit that 300.
So yeah, I don't know. Here's what I'm thinking. A lot of us out here, right? You have a lot of different shows. There's a lot of channelers out there. There's a lot of psychics out there. There's a lot of people that are doing schools. There's a lot of people that are building classes. There's a lot of people, just doing all kinds of different things. And all of them have a piece to the whole puzzle. You know what I mean? They kind of have their specialty per se. You know what I mean? That's what I've noticed over the last few years is everybody's kind of fell into a specialty. And a lot of it, what it really comes down to is it's just waking everybody up. It's trying to wake everybody up to the different things. We can name them. It's just so many different things that are happening. You have the political arena. You have the metaphysical arena. You know what I mean? You have the trafficking, the slavery. You know what I mean? You have the debt slavery system we're in here in America. You know what I mean? There's all kinds of things, and a lot of times people will pick a specialty somewhere. I mean, there's phenomenon, there's, you know what I mean? There's all kinds of different stuff. People are into the UAPs, people are into the orbs, people are into, you know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like Awkward Intelligence really hasn't built itself on any specialty. It's pretty much just it's just putting out, it's like the news. It's just putting out the info. We're news, we're teachers, you know what I mean? We're doing different things like that overall. That's kind of how I feel. I feel like we're just kind of putting the news out there. We're teaching people things. We're showing people stuff that they may not understand. We're telling you to do your research. We're giving you ideas to go look at things, shit like that. So we're kind of just pointing you in a direction. That's kind of, when we first started all of this and when we were, a lot of times even because when we would talk to our families about this shit, a lot of our families weren't receptive right away years ago. They were just like, what do you got? You guys sound fucking nuts. You know what I mean? What the fuck are you guys talking about? But one thing that they kind of when they started to come around, they were like, maybe it's your delivery. Maybe it's how you're delivering it. And so when we started the show was about just delivering information. You know what I mean? And so we've kept it that way for 120 fucking episodes. We've just been delivering information. Our guests that are on have different information, and the different perspectives. Last week we saw Coach Q. He gave us a perspective on teachers with the DOE and all that stuff like that. You know what I mean? And they're shutting down the DOE. And even his initial reactions, like everybody would think was, oh my God, what's going to happen to this? What's going to happen to the children? They're not going to learn and all these different things. That's his initial thoughts. He's in the system. He's thinking, But and like he said on the show, when he did his research, he realized, there was a lot more going on than just, they cut the DOE and somehow now we can't learn. You know what I mean? Like, that's what everybody thinks. Oh, you cut the DOE, now we're not going to learn. It's like, what do you mean we're not going to learn?
If you're waking up, cut the TV off.
Right. You know what I mean? It's where you're getting your info. Are you still getting your info from just MSNBC, just CNN, just Fox News? You don't go anywhere else for any information?
All those places are lying to you.
Right. Did you know there's people in China if that come over here and then they go, oh, you guys watch the news? Because in China, we don't watch the news because it's all propaganda. They just know. And so they're like, fuck the news.
We should have been known that.
We should have known that, right. But, and I think, COVID woke a lot of people up to that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But here at America, man, you know what I mean? We were our first was called, when we were tribal, when we had more of a tribal mindset, we didn't look at everybody like they were lying and deceiving us. We didn't have those thoughts. We didn't think about it that way because in our cultures, we didn't lie and deceive people, you know? And so I think that's why it took longer for us in America to really figure it all out.
Well, we used our word. Your word was your bond. Your word, if you say, I'm going to kill a pig today, slaughter a bull or some shit, whatever, a cow, you would do that and you would share it.
Right.
It was community based, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't all this grocery store shit.
Right.
You know, where we got to pay the man.
Right.
For demand. You know what I'm saying?
Put that on a shirt.
It's all there. You know what I mean? So, like, we need to go back to that a little bit. That's the conservative stuff we got to go back to.
Right.
And then the liberal way of thinking, we should be using that for like ingenuity,
right?
Like
just letting everybody live their lives instead of always trying to put everybody in boxes. We're all in boxes, you know. We're all labeled something. We're all part of something. We're all, you know, you're part of a high school. You're part of an alma mater. You're part of a college. You're part of a, you know what I mean? It's like we've talked about this before. How many times can they divide us and then we still keep falling for it instead of just being about humanity?
Yeah, you wouldn't even know those words.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. It took me a minute to realize what the fuck was a liberal or what was a conservative. I don't think I learned that till I was like in my late 20s.
Right.
Like,
maybe I might have been in my 30s.
I didn't know that shit.
I didn't pay attention to it.
I didn't care.
I didn't know what left and right was. I didn't know none of that shit.
I don't know who these people are.
I barely knew what elephant and donkey was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of saw that because you would see it on TV. They would always say that kind of shit. They don't really say it that much anymore. But they used to say that a lot. The elephant and the donkey type shit.
And then remember, you know, back then it was more so the enemy was communism.
Right.
Like everywhere you turn, oh, that's a communist.
Right.
Oh, this person's a communist.
Right. Or a socialist. Right. Socialism
like,
and shit. You're a socialist.
What the fuck are you doing?
Fascism. Right. All these fucking words. You're right. You know what I mean? Like
you don't even hear that shit no more.
Not as much. Not as much. Yeah, you're
like
not.
You hear somebody say, oh, they have these type of views that are like that.
Conservative views, liberal views, or whatever. But you're not hearing all the other. You're not hearing the socialism. You're not hearing the fascism. You're not hearing the communism. You're not hearing that as much. You know, even when they talk about Putin nowadays, you know what I mean? They're not saying Putin and his communist, you know, shit. It's like they're not saying that. They're just going Putin. He's evil. Like that's what they try to tell you. You know what I mean? It's like y'all.
You know what it is? A lot of those communist countries that are still communist, they've adapted. If you look at it, some of them, like China, you know what I'm saying? They've adapted a lot of Western culture.
Right.
Western ways.
They've gotten into capitalism in a way.
So what was they really afraid of?
Right.
If they were going to adopt some of that anyway, and they might have, but their culture was not to live like that. Their culture was more like a, you know, like an ant. That's like telling an ant pile to live like the bees.
Right.
They're not going to do the same shit.
Right.
They're two different situations. But they may adapt some things that make sense for them.
Well, it's kind of like the ant movie, right? Kind of like the ant movie situation, right? It's like what was it? The grasshoppers that fucking rolled up or something like that, or were they just bigger fucking ants? I don't remember. Anyways, but they rolled up,
a bunch of insects,
and they were just like, you know what I mean? And they took over, and then they had a totalitarian. What is the word?
Totalitarian.
There it is. Thank you. That word, 'cause I can't fucking speak right now. They had that going on, and then they also, you know, tapped in with other stuff, you know, and through other things. And you go watch that movie; it's got some shit in it, ants. But yeah, but you see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's almost like culture-wise, right? Is what we're saying is when we were more tribal culture, we were better off. We went into this capitalistic society, and look what fucking happened. Everybody got greedy. You know what I mean?
Well, that's how capitalism works.
Right.
It has to work like that. It's all about business and
growth,
and everybody should be able to start a business, but not everybody should be able to like.
You shouldn't have to
do a business of anything. Like think about why we have the fucked up shit we have going on sometimes in this country. Like because motherfuckers started a business and it went fucking rampant.
Right.
Like the fucking porn business. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude wants to just fucking have butt naked people walking around and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he exploited that and made millions of dollars off this shit.
Right.
But then look at the rabbit hole that it leads to. Look at the debauchery it leads to.
Right.
The sex trafficking, the da-da-da.
Right.
It just gets worse and worse because you just let this dude run amok.
Right.
No one stopped him.
Yeah.
No one said, hey, wait.
Yeah.
Maybe we should put some.
What are we doing? There should be some regulation here, right? Yeah, something, right? I got you.
Like, because if you leave people to their own devices, they're going to do that. But I think they also.
Debauchery.
But I think they also, if they were raised with good values and morals, they're probably not going to go that far.
Well, not even that, though. I see what you're saying. But also, they went that far because they have nothing else. There are no other. At the way they're looking at life at the moment is there are no other alternatives. I can't start a business. You know what I mean? Because of whatever reasons. I'm making $15 an hour at fucking McDonald's. But you're telling me I can make thousands of dollars if I go into the porn industry and sell my body?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that becomes an option, which then becomes trafficking. You know what I mean? Right. They're not seeing it that way. We all didn't see it that way, really. You know?
Right.
So shit like that goes down. You know what I mean? And so a lot of the debauchery that we're going through and doing is happening because we're so down. We're so down, we're willing to do anything to come up. You know what I mean? So that's the sell your soul shit. That's what we started doing. We started selling our fucking souls. You know what I mean? On everything, into everything, through porn, through this.
Like if you wanted to be an actor, you go to Hollywood. Why do you have to go to Hollywood?
Right. There's only one place for that.
Why is there no acting situation in Iowa?
Well, there probably is, but
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
No, but I know what you're saying.
Not where you have to.
That's not where you'll make it.
Go out there and do some debauchery shit,
right?
Just to make it.
But every town should have their own shit. There should be filming shit for the town and doing stuff for the town. And you should have people who could get paid off that. And you know what I mean?
Most of these people are leaving their places to go over there,
right?
Thinking that that's going to make it better, but you know
and
that's why the internet changed that game a little bit.
They just end up selling their soul, right?
The internet changed that game with Netflix,
or at least
and all these other places like Tubi and shit.
Right,
shit, you could do a Tubi movie nowadays,
right?
In your neighborhood,
digital has made it easy
and hang it up there.
Yeah, if they accept it, you know,
and if it gets enough play, you'll still get that
residuals,
that status you wanted, like as far as being a actor.
Right.
I'm a known actor.
Right. Well, and
known in this region.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Too, unless you become a large actor in Hollywood, you're not making no money. You know what I mean? Because you still got to pay an agent. You still got to pay for talent scouts and stuff. And you still got to pay for all these things. Plus, you got to pay to live. What money are you making? Especially if you're not catching the big roles. You know what I mean?
Well, if your movie is playing on Tubi and you're from fucking Iowa,
right? You're gonna make some money.
You should be making a little bit of money,
correct?
Because somebody around your way should be watching that. You know, they have the show. They telling their people. So you really should be able to eat to some degree. But I think what they do is they give them some fucked up contracts at these places.
Like, contracts is where we don't need that anymore.
That's what they do.
What we need is a handshake and a fucking verbal fucking go, and let's do this thing, you know, and be real about our shit. That's what we need. Because these contracts, they get away with a lot of shit, man. We were talking about it the other day. They just sneak all these things into fucking contracts, and the next thing you know, you're like, oh, I didn't know anything about all this.
Oh, yeah, you're getting the views.
Yeah.
But they throttling you on your money.
Right. Yeah. Because there's all kinds of fees you didn't see in this fucking contract. We got to take this. We got to pay for that. You got to do that. Da.
Yo, that's crazy how they was... You know, only charging people. I mean, not charging people, only paying people like cents on the dollar,
right,
for their music,
back in the day. Yeah.
Like, how the fuck is that even possible?
Yeah, that's why they had to tour. They had to tour to make money. Yeah, otherwise they didn't make nothing.
I get having to reimburse the studio. I mean, we run a studio. I get that.
Right.
But let them do that out of their own check. Pay them, and then they reverse you for their studio time or whatever they did.
Right.
Normally, that's how it kind of works, but they don't get to see that. They never saw the transactions.
Right.
They didn't even know the
money
transactions was happening.
They're like, here's what we owe you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, damn. I didn't even know that.
Right.
Motherfucker. IRS.
Right.
It's the motherfucking IRS.
Plus the IRS got to take their money too. Yeah.
Well, the IRS is taking all our money from grip.
Oh, yeah.
From grip.
That's what we're learning
Go
now.
get you a job. I'm going to go work at Burger King.
Right.
I'm 16 years old. The fuck you going to do? Soon as you fucking start working day one, they're fucking taxing your money. And it's going to what? You thinking, oh, Social Security.
Right.
Oh, my taxes going, you know,
Right.
for
Social
education,
Security,
the
Medicare.
fire departments, the things in my
Right.
community.
Right.
Sure, we're thinking that, but then we find out in 2025
USAID.
that they're fucking people and stealing their
Right.
money.
I mean, everybody. CIA. Here's the thing, right?
So you're stealing money from kids that just started working.
Right. Yeah. They're supposed to be uplifting the elderly for them to not work and go about their business. But they keep telling them, oh, we don't got the, you know what I mean? We don't got the money for you. It's like because they're siphoning it from the front and then they worked you so bad, they're hoping you'll just die. You know what I mean? That's where they're at. They're like, they'll just, if we don't give them enough, we stress them out enough, they'll just die. We don't need to pay them no more. You know? Yeah. And then we found out what? There's fucking tens of millions of motherfuckers over 110 who were making Social Security payment or getting Social Security payments every fucking month.
Right.
You know what I mean? We found that out. How long's that been going?
Right. We find
How
this.
long's that been going?
We find this out, but we also like when I had to go to the Social Security office, bro. You know, I didn't want to be in there. I wasn't like, this is a thing I want to do. I've always worked since 16 type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, but at this time, I'm like, my wife passed. I'm thinking, she put into this system.
Right.
Let's see what we got.
Time
my
to collect,
kids are my kids are still teenagers, so let me go in there and see what's going on. Go in there. It was a lot of old people in there, older people, that just didn't even understand the game. Like, either they lost their birth certificate or, you know, how is this dude
didn't have the right documents or whatever, right?
How's this person that's probably already getting elderly to where they probably can't remember where they put everything else? We all know as we get older, you start to forget shit. So we're going to tell those people that they need A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
Right.
H, I, J, K,
Element
and the whole goddamn alphabet. And these motherfuckers ain't even trying to think like that at this point in their life. Why we can't just take care of them?
Right.
Why is that so complicated? Why do we have to make it so complicated for them? Yo, I felt bad for them, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I was sitting in there like, yo, what the fuck is this shit?
Right. And now that we can look back at it with new eyes.
They worked all their life, and now they got to sit
This
here
is how they get treated. Yeah.
and struggle through trying to figure out some paperwork.
Instead, they should just be, right, like you're saying, they should just be.
You know I've been working for you, motherfucker.
Right.
I've been working for you for fucking 60 years.
Well, that's the
you
thing,
know
too.
this shit.
Well, that's the thing, too, right? A lot of times there's stipulations where every year they've got to sign certain paperwork or turn certain things in, or they'll cut their benefits off. And it's like, you know I'm on the system. What the fuck are we doing here? You know what I mean? But what all that is checks and balances to fucking try and knock you off the fucking ledge so that they can take your shit.
This is another thing I hate about that system. I need everybody to really pay attention to. I hate whenever, like, this is a little pet peeve for me. I hate whenever people say, "Oh, I got some money back. Oh, I got my money for some shit." You know what I mean? Like, nigga, that's money they owe you.
Right.
Like, oh, they gave me money.
Right.
They gave me money.
Right.
That's what they talk like that. I'm like, they didn't give you shit.
Right.
That was already your shit.
Right. Right. And now we know they're stealing from us like crazy.
And pretty much what they're doing is they're making you go ask for your shit back.
Yeah. Well, that's
You overpaid them. Now you have to ask them
to give it back
for your change.
Well, that's the thing. That's what most people.
Well, I gotta ask for my change. If I go to McDonald's, I don't ask them
Right,
for my
they just
change.
give me my change.
They just give me my fucking change.
That's true.
Why the fuck are we asking shit?
The government, who should know better, is not giving you your change. They're just going, yeah, you got to turn in paperwork and we'll figure it out.
They want to say, oh, it's because you got to itemize, you got to do all this, you got to do all that. Man, you know how much you owe me, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know how much you took.
So if I want extra, I'll come for that tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
if you owe me something
But that's the thing, too.
after that fact, but you know how much you owe me.
Is that money has been sitting there for all year, collecting interest. And who's getting the interest? Not you. You know what I mean? Not you.
Oh, the bankers are getting that.
Right.
The bankers getting
So
fat.
so they get
getting
a
fat.
So they get a free loan every year from all of your money, right? That you're asking for back. Isn't that crazy? They get it for free and give you nothing extra on it. They're so stickler. They're like, you lie to us, and we'll come after you.
Yo, the crazy part is
that's strong arm shit.
We know who these motherfuckers are at this point.
Yeah,
we know who they are. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
That's extortion. We've said this before. Think about it. If they've got to threaten you to make a payment, that's extortion. That's the definition of extortion. It's like, what? I don't. And then we're like, okay, yeah. Can I reach in my pocket? Can I reach in my pocket? You know, it's like, what the fuck are we doing, folks? You know, like that's the wake up we're talking about. You know, that's part of it. Like I said, there's so many avenues. You know, because now
you ever heard the thing when some people say, it's my other shit I get pissed about when people say shit like this. My bad, not the
No, you're good.
When they say
keep it going.
When they say shit like, if you didn't vote, then you shouldn't say nothing.
Right. You have no voice.
The fuck out of here.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
That's another lie they told you.
Yo, anybody that believes that stupid ass philosophy, fuck you.
That's a political philosophy, and you got duped.
Like, if I joined the military, went and fought for this country,
right?
I don't give a fuck if I vote or not.
Right.
I can talk shit. Mm-hmm. That's one person right there.
Right.
If I work in this country and I help build infrastructure and I grow shit, I can talk shit. It don't fucking matter if I voted or not.
We got free speech.
Fuck are you talking about?
Free speech. You can't tell me.
Maybe I didn't like the fucking options.
Me nothing. Right.
Maybe I didn't like the options.
Because that's the thing, folks. No vote is a vote. Y'all got to stop with this dumb shit. When I tell you, yo, I don't like the fucking options, and you somehow keep loving one of them, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? Like, no, we're not talking then. At that point, we're not having a conversation. What we're doing is we're picking red or blue. What kind of dumbass are you?
Bomb droppers. Slide in there for Bdot.
There you go.
Shout out. But yo, not only that, man. Red and blue.
It's everywhere.
Red and blue.
Yeah. Crips and Bloods.
They're the Crips and the fucking Bloods.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything.
At a political level.
At us as above, so below. Look at this shit.
Mm-hmm. Got you picking one.
You think that's a fucking...
Got you making a choice.
You think that's just a coincidence? Come on, man.
I knew you were going to say that.
Come on, man. Be for real. Be fucking for real.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is when we keep buying into their shit, we're holding their system up. We're the ones holding the game board up. All we got, like they say, all you got to do is stand up and the game's over. You flip the table. Come on, people.
Hey, let's get it, bro. The game's over. Fuck it, the game's over. Right. Somebody call Hove to tell him the game's over. That's the 3-up shout out.
Nice. I remember that one. I think we might have played that on here at some point during the shows. But yeah, man, it's we got to wake up to just everything that doesn't serve us. It's like we've let them get away with so much in the pharmaceuticals. We let them get away with so much in our food. It's like our food's not even fucking real anymore. That's why we're fucking sick half the time. And then the pharmaceuticals they're giving us are not even natural. They're fucking made up chemicals, but man-made chemicals. And people will, I've said this before. I've talked to people about, black seed oil and oil of oregano and these different things, right? Maybe you should start taking some of this instead of some of those other things that you're fucking taking.
Capitalism is killing us, bro.
Right.
That's what it is. In order to sell the product and have less losses, we gonna put preservatives in it and make it last longer. But that shit has shit in it that fucks us up.
Eventually, yeah.
We're gonna add colors and dyes to make it more appealing.
Right. Well, the thing,
and then we fell for that shit.
Well, not even that though. I saw a video that said, okay, the Red 40, right? That's a big one that everybody knows. The Red 40 will make, they throw it in your not Cheerios, your Fruit Loops and shit like that to get those colors, to get the red color and different things, right? They said other countries have Fruit Loops exactly with the same box, with the same shit, with the same fucking logos in their language. But you know what they use to instead of Red 40? They have natural shit. They take like strawberry juice and other things and mix it with certain other juices to make those colors the same way we do. So how can they do it for them, but they're not doing it for us? What kind of shit is this? I'm just asking the questions. You know what I mean? Other countries have this. And that means Kellogg's is doing that for other countries. Why can't they do it for us? What's the problem? Why do you keep doing this to us? You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing you got to think to yourself.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
Yep.
As we know, other countries get the food too.
Got to keep that American
Churning.
Just keep churning.
Keep
that
on churning.
with the American souls.
I've been selling my soul.
All these people.
Working all day. Remember that joint?
Yo, these motherfuckers is crooked as fuck, yo.
Right. Yeah, man.
That's
what we're learning.
I actually used to like, well, I still do, but like, I used to like Star Wars and Star Trek and shit. I used to watch this shit.
Oh, that's still good stuff.
My homeboys they like, I be watching this shit. They come over and shit. They be like, yo, why you watching it? What the fuck are you watching? Like, yo, this shit's interesting, man.
You knew you was going in the future. You knew you was gonna make it there one day. So you were like, this is my shit right here.
Yeah. But then now I know what science really is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, damn, man, they've been especially with the real science.
Well, that's the thing.
There's no real science.
No, science is bullshit.
Go look up the definition of science.
Right, exactly.
See what it means. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And that's the thing is, if we, the more and more we discover, the more and more we realize we're just remembering. We're not discovering shit. You know what I mean? We're just remembering. It's being revealed. That's what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, it's being revealed, and we forgot about some shit. And then they're trying to act like it's some new shit. Oh, look what we found. Look what we did. Look at this. It's like, no, that shit already existed. You just act like you found it.
That shit probably been done 4 or 5 times already. And then they just stop using it. It's like the washing machine.
Right.
At some point, somebody's going to stop it again. They're going to be like, man, why the fuck do we use a washing machine? Let's just use a clothesline.
Right.
Then they're going to go back to clothesline for a millennia.
Right.
And then somebody's going to create the washing machine
gonna go,
again.
man, we need a washing machine again. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Fucking hanging our clothes all day. Like, let's just get it done.
How many times do you think this shit's been replicated, bro?
Right. Over and over.
Come on
and
now.
over. And in different dimensions. As we're shifting around in these timelines and dimensions and stuff, different dimensions, that stuff's still happening. You know what I mean? And different time frames and shit. It's all still happening. Because it's all happening now, right now, all at once.
Exactly that. That right there. That proves to you right there. This is their science.
Right.
So you believe that shit? You know what I'm saying? So how many times do you think it was created over and over again? According to science, it's always happening over and over again a different way at the same time.
Mm-hmm. That's quantum. Science proved quantum, which basically is consciousness. Stop. Come on. Cut it out.
Yo, you ever read a book and then you see some shit and then you go out in real life and then you see some shit and the shit look like it was the same shit from the book?
You manifested it.
What do you think that is? That's not a coincidence. When you start to see it, you start to see all the shit that coincides above, below. When you go out your house, the next thing you do, you'll start to see
everything makes sense.
Everything connected.
It all connects, right?
That's not a coincidence.
Yeah. I saw like four synchronicities today. I saw 1010, I saw 111, I saw 333. Shit, I might have saw one more. I'm trying to think. Did I see 4? No, maybe it was 3. 1010, 111, 333, and I think, did I see 12 something? I think I saw 12 something too. Can't remember. Already can't remember. See, because I moved on. I'm not checking them anymore like that. I used to like acknowledge them. Now I just see them and I keep moving.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You're advancing.
Yeah, so I'm not. I used to check them every time. So,
now you have to use it.
Now I just see them.
Now you have to use it like as a superpower.
Right.
Then you can
start figuring out.
Start to know what's coming next.
Right.
Exactly. It's the same movie playing over and over again.
It's decoding for you. Yeah, that's the decoding we talk about. You know what I mean?
Look,
You decode the synchronicities.
Yo, there's a new movie coming out called fucking Mystery Gang or some shit like that. The Mystery Gang.
You were telling me about this.
And it's fucking pretty much Scooby-Doo.
Right?
But everybody's black.
But like it's a new, is it technically a new Scooby-Doo or are they just calling it some new Mystery Gang shit? Like it's its own shit? Like it's a real movie? Like it's going to come on big screens or this is a Tubi movie?
It's a real movie with real people acting. It's not like a
no, I got
cartoon.
you. No, but that's what I'm saying. It's not a Tubi movie. It's going to be like a big screen.
Yeah.
Like Snow White just flop
they
type
gave
shit.
previews for it and shit.
Okay, I want to look up this preview. We might have to run this in the show. Yeah. Let's run this preview.
Mystery Gang, I think that's what it's called.
Holy shit. You know what? Maybe we fucking just
fucking crazy.
You think
and I'm watching it.
They'll fucking knock us for that.
I'm like,
They'll
what
definitely
the
knock us
fuck
for
is
that.
this?
I got to look that up. Look it up, folks.
Mystery Gang?
Mystery Gang?
And why they got to be called the Mystery Gang?
Yeah. Oh, you think it? Is that racist?
No, I'm just wondering. Like, why would they name it that?
Because they're not trying to. They're trying to. It's like, tell me it's a Scooby-Doo movie without telling me it's a Scooby-Doo movie.
But they call them Mystery Gang?
Yeah. Because wasn't that what they were called?
I don't know what they were called.
They weren't called the Scooby-Doo Gang. I think they were called the Mystery Gang.
I think that was the name of the van. The Mystery Van or something. Mystery.
Was it? I don't know.
Wasn't that the name of the van, folks? I don't know. The Mystery Machine. That was the name of the van.
Mystery Machine. Yeah, that's why they were the Mystery Gang.
Well, I guess.
I think that was it.
It's crazy though, and I think there's a dog in it, and I think the dog's a fucking rock roller.
All right, let's look up Scooby-Doo. Let's see.
Mystery fucking Gang.
Scooby! Got cowards running around in masks, snatching up little girl, spooking the whole neighborhood.
Everybody's wearing masks.
These ain't for COVID-19.
Fucking pigs don't care about us. My sister been missing for weeks. Y'all ain't done shit.
I promise you, I'm gonna find whoever's kidnapping these girls. People can't go taking the law into their own hands. Foots, tell me who they are.
I ain't no snitch, man.
Get down from there. Take off that stupid mask.
Who are these vigilantes? Fucking up my business.
Okay, who you expect to play dress up and be heroes for the hood, Shag, huh? Cause I'm sorry to tell you, but we don't got nobody out there, man.
We gonna do it. We got this. Look, all we gotta do is put together a team.
Name it after Scooby, the Scooby Gang. And count me in. Y'all need me.
Go! Nah, Daff. That ain't gonna work.
We'll keep the name a mystery then.
Get this shit going fast. It's a cheat. It's made for off-road.
So, they call themselves the Mystery Gang?
The what?
Look, we need maps, flyers, and someone smart enough to get us on the same radio frequency as the Popo. What? Perfect. Bitch, how you do that? Get up. Well, tell me next time that's what we doing. Shit, I can do that too.
Thought you said this was for off-road. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna take a lot to fix this up. I got you.
They leave a clue at every crime scene, like they trying to fuck with us.
You okay? Yeah, you good? I hope so. Fuck. Whoa.
Two guys, two girls, and this dog named Scooby-Doo.
It all leads back to the Banner Estate.
So deadass, I just heard your dog fucking talk.
Shit, me too.
Find them and kill them.
The only people that's actually doing something about the problems in our neighborhood is the Mystery Gang.
So what's the chances of us returning to the hood alive if we go into the Banner Estate?
Drake? Chris Murphy?
Judging by the current state of race relations in the city of Los Angeles, multiplied by our combined melanin count,
I was trying to come up on some reward money, and I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you bum-ass niggas.
I'd say slim to none. Okay, shit, let's go.
Okay, I got you.
I'm gonna need some energy if we out here chasing ghosts.
Ghosts?
What kind of cereal is this?
Those are Scooby snacks.
Waffle House is halfway across town. Where y'all trying to eat?
We can...
Jinkies. I used to watch this when I was a kid. Y'all lame.
Yo, this some strong ass weed.
Scooby, say something else.
Hiding. The fuck you got that big ass dog for if you don't attack?
Yeah, they slick, man. It's just like when they made the Black Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Why we gotta do the Black Spider-Man? Why can't we just do some new shit?
Well, because it's all been AI, folks. That's why.
Why do they have to fill in the role of some older shit?
Yeah, because it's. I'll look for that later. Because it goes into my theory that we've been controlled by AI since 2001, when they fucking hit the Pentagon and hit the fucking Trade Center.
They're just running different versions of the same shit.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Is anybody noticing that in Hollywood?
Everywhere. It's all over that. Right. Everything is rerunning again. It's all showing back up again. And my theory, I put this out earlier in an earlier episode, was that AI has been running this longer than we fucking understand. And that's why it can't come up with any new shows, because we've talked about AI. AI is not what do they call it? Artificial intelligence. That's not what it is. It's algorithm intelligence. And what that means is it can recreate when it can pull from everything, but it can't create on its own. You can't tell it to create anything on its own. It can't. What it does is it actually pulls from everything off the internet. So if you tell it, I want a cat jumping on a, it pulls all those kind of images and ideas from the internet and then creates it for you. So that's algorithm, learning. That's not AI. That's not its own thing. You know what I mean? So they're lying to us about this whole chat GPT and all that shit. They're not AI. They're pulling the information from information that's already out there. What is that? That's not its own intelligence. Think about it, folks.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
I think for and I got a theory. I don't know. Maybe somebody knows more than me, but I've used like some of the AI apps.
I have too. Yeah.
And dabbled in it. And like sometimes when you do, like if you do something like graphics wise, it'll kind of turn that out to you pretty quick.
Right.
But if you do something music based, like whether it's covering a song or, writing it out and then telling it to send it back to you.
Right.
It always takes like the amount of time it would take for somebody to be doing that.
Like the
waiting.
Like
almost as if there's somebody at their house getting what you typed in,
gathering
and then
that information
real quick, go and do it real quick.
Yeah.
And then give it back to you. And they have some kind of software where you could just put your voice on it and shit.
Right.
That's what I think it's doing. I don't even think it's the computer doing that. I think you're sending the file to somebody, then they're sending it back to you.
Right.
And they're running it through
through a certain
through a
program
process
or something. Yeah, process, right?
A quick process. And there's some people, somebody's doing that job.
That's a job out there somewhere.
And they probably signed a non-disclosure act or something to go work for that company.
Right.
And they tell them, all you do is you're just going to take in some.
Right.
I'm going to send you some files. I need you to make it sound like this person.
Right.
And send it back to me.
Right.
And then they give it to you and tell you that AI did that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because if you have the instant access to everything on the internet, you can recreate anything too. You know what I mean?
Right.
You just have to have access to the information.
Well, we've seen people do it.
Right.
Think about people was doing the shit AI is doing before they would do it. Remember when the bobbleheads, when they would put, like when cats would do like the, remember whenever they did, what was that shit called? Versus, and it was with who the fuck was on Versus? It was
the Versus show when they were singing against each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think it was the Locks versus Dipset.
Right.
And then like immediately after that show, somebody had already created like a parody, and it was like the street fight that was happening, and they put all the Locks members' heads
right
on a fucking guy.
Right.
all their heads on different guys and they're
Right,
fighting
like
and they're fighting in the
battling
streets
it out
and shit.
like the
Yo,
parody.
the shit looked like some AI shit to me.
Right.
And all it was them just throwing the face on and making them look this way or that way.
Right.
Real quick and tracking how fast people did that.
Yeah. Or
people did that.
Or did they?
No. I'm thinking it's people because
Right.
most of the time when they would do it, you can tell by the the talking
Right.
and the person that
Because
did it.
remember,
you know what I'm saying?
remember like another one, like where short bus shorty, short bus.
Yeah.
Shorty. You know what I mean? Like, did somebody draw that out, or was that some AI shit too? You know what I mean? Like, we don't know how much of this was real and what wasn't. A lot of weird shit was coming out like that back then.
I think that shit was real.
You know what I mean? And then remember you had what's the other one with Lil Wayne in them?
Oh yeah, the when he be like, "Wait, how you gonna do this shit?"
And we're like,
he'd be like, "No, Birdman would be like, wait, you drink my Kool-Aid, home? wait, see, you drink my Kool-Aid, homeboy?" He'd be like, nah, daddy, I ain't drink your Kool-Aid.
Yeah. It's like a whole parody.
And it almost sound like them, but that's somebody doing that. And then they just drew the shit out because it was rudimentary,
right?
Cartoon looking shit. It was like Charlie Brown looking shit.
But wait,
it wasn't like.
What if that's how they sold us AI? Through easy shit like that first, and now we're making full fucking Snow White movies. You see what I'm saying? Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think AI started way before we think it did, and they played us on a bunch of shit that we didn't realize.
I definitely think that, there probably was some AI situations going on because when you think about like
some of that stuff was popping out real quick. Like right after things would happen, shit would just jump real quick, and you'd be like, "It's kind of quick."
You gotta
now that we think
like
about
this,
it,
because like even whenever I had Avid in my room, I had Avid in my house at some point,
right?
And I knew how to edit, and I still couldn't do that. But at some point, they made it easy for that to happen.
Depended on
they made it easy.
That's
for
what I'm
that
saying. Somebody if you have the right equipment, you can do it.
Correct.
If you had access to the right equipment, you know what I mean.
Right. They made it easier nowadays. Like back then, you had to program that shit to make it do
those things, and it took a long time. It took time, and that's why I'm saying, like, even in the early 2000s, when we were, when fucking YouTube was just fucking starting, you know what I mean? I think AI was already out there, and we just didn't know it yet. You know what I mean? That's why that's my theory.
But I also think it's just
a theory.
It's quick editing and knowing how to do that function.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because that's really all they're doing. They're just tracking, cutting out a face,
right,
real quick,
slapping it on there, and then
use two of them, make them track. And if you keep that template, you could replace that with videos and then just
anything.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It would be quick.
Yeah.
Once you have the template for it.
Once you built the templates, it would be a lot faster. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big video guy. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what they're doing. And so like they got that down to the science. So soon as they're probably sitting in the studio waiting for some juicy shit to happen.
Right. Oh, there's teams with this. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure there was some people
like,
just
oh, yo, this is a good one.
Yeah, get on that.
Probably a couple comedians in the room with them.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, say this shit, make them do this part. You know what I mean?
Some fucking teams. Yeah, there's probably some teams together going on. That's true. No, and I definitely believe that. I definitely believe there was, you know what I mean? Because we know at this point they have viral teams. That's what they do at this point is they try to go viral.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get that now. We know that now. So there was probably some before we understood what they were, and everything like that.
Well, you know which ones are like that. And then you can tell what the AI is. The AI is the commercials that you've been seeing recently where they're always playing some kind of hip hop.
Yeah.
Like Dawn commercial playing fucking.
Right. And they're fucking dancing to some shit, wiping down the counters and shit. You're like, what? You're like, y'all don't even like hip hop like that.
Yo, there's one commercial. I know y'all seen this shit. It's one commercial, bro, where they using fucking that one song back in like the early 90s or late 90s. It's either late 90s, early 2000s. My neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack.
What?
Remember that song?
Yes.
They're using that.
The beat. Just the beat.
That song.
Those words weren't in there.
No, not the word.
Just the beat.
The beat and some of the words.
Right.
My neck, my back,
but
something.
Everything else out, yeah.
And it's like a commercial for like some product
for like a mattress or something.
Yo, it's some shit you would use in your house. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, why would they put that on there? We know where that song came from, bro. Mm-hmm. Even if you change the words up, I know where that song came from.
I know what it says, right.
It was like a freak hoe song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Freak hoes. Like that's like adult people are only. You know what I'm saying? And now you done flipped it and you using it for like bounty or some shit.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
But that's what I'm saying. So I think that could that be AI? Putting all that together, just fucking making it cool. And here's the thing. We're not all getting the same commercials either. We're seeing a lot of the same ones, but we're still getting a lot of different ones we don't realize. Because I've been to, like,
yo, me and my girl heard the shit, bro. We started tripping out. She was I was like, you know where that song come from, right? And she was like, yeah, I know. That's why it's funny.
Y'all started singing it and fucking shaking it in the house?
I'm like, yo, you see what they doing. They using this shit on all that shit. Like, and it's more than just that one.
But what I'm saying is, I think they understand, like, our demographic. And, like, they're showing me certain commercials that they're not showing to, like, other people. You see what I'm saying? I think that because they know we got an algorithm now. It knows what we're looking at. You see what I'm saying? So I think, you know what we should do? We should do a fucking experiment or something. And find somebody, like a white dude who ain't doing a bunch of weird shit, you know what I mean? And then see what his commercials look like when he watches YouTube.
Yeah, it depends on what you
know what I mean? And different shit.
Watching, but at the same time, it's almost like it knows who you are, and it does know who you are because it takes your picture every day.
Oh,
when you look at your phone, it's taking your picture.
Every phone,
everybody's phone,
every single phone.
Yeah, even if it says it's not doing
Second
that,
you look at it,
it's doing that.
Yeah,
it's
I'm sure. Oh well, we put the what was it, about 5 or so episodes ago? I put a clip and I was telling everybody that the iPhone under black infrared. Remember we seen it? It flashes you every 5 seconds.
Yeah. Yep.
The Androids don't do that.
No,
they don't flash you every 5 seconds, but we don't know how they're doing it, right? They could do it so many other ways. So many other things your phone can
just
do.
wait till it's daytime.
That's what I'm saying. Right. Correct. No, I got you. That's what I'm saying. They're more clever.
They're taking their picture.
But everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
But I was able to show people because I had the black, the black and white video, and it was a person, and it was just boosh, flashing them. So I put it in the episode and was like this is what we're talking about. And I showed them, and I was like, this shit's really happening. Like they're doing.
Yeah, I seen it one night when I was checking the camera feed in the studio.
Yeah,
and when one of the people was recording, somebody was recording, and I saw them holding their phone,
and it was just flashing,
and it would flash.
Yep.
Every
5 seconds.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there like, it's real. Because I heard that, but I just hadn't seen it.
Right. You didn't, yeah.
I was like, okay, it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
going down.
It's watching you.
Yep.
The camera is watching you. Straight up, cuz. Straight up, cuz.
Right. Like well, we know it's audio recording us.
Without you.
Right, even if it's off. Even if it's off, it's recording audio and the video's probably on.
And it knows when you're getting pissed at the game.
Yeah.
Like if you're playing a video game and you're getting pissed off.
And then it'll offer
this
you something.
Motherfucker shit. Bullshit ass fucking Call of Duty.
Right.
Next thing you know, you'll be getting offers for Battlefield.
Right.
Some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all going to try a new experience? Hate the game. Are you not
we got something else for you.
Right.
Come check this out, cuz.
Right. It's all right. Yeah, I always get the same games over and over. It's always that same one where the guy's fucking shooting barrels and shit, trying to shoot people, keep people from running. Yeah. And that's not even a game. We keep telling everybody, don't fall for it. That's not the game. That's like a piece of the game. You know what I mean? But it's like me and Bdot talked about this like 50 episodes ago or something. It was hilarious. We were like, what the fuck, man? Just make that game. Like we would all get it.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, who doesn't understand this? Like, it's fucking crazy. It's like, just make that game. And just make that thing unlimited, never stops, and you just keep building shit or whatever. I don't know. Figure it out. But why do we not have that game? That's fucking weird. Where's it at?
Hey, let's get it, bro.
I don't know. I think PlayStation tried that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't manage it, though. Remember that one where you run around as your guy?
Oh, I love that. We love that.
Yeah.
We thought it was, oh, yeah.
And then you can go play that game
was
that
it
you're talking
PlayStation
about,
3?
like whatever game you wanted
Was
to
it
play.
PlayStation 3? Was that what we were
It was
on?
on 3, yeah.
PlayStation 3. How many of y'all remember that? How old were you then? Some of y'all weren't even born. No, I'm just kidding.
Because I remember.
Yeah, PlayStation 3 used to have basically a whole avatar. Like, remember how Xbox had the avatar thing? You could build your avatar, dude. Well, PS3 had that, but they had a whole world you could go fucking explore. It was fucking wild. You had like your own place. And you could like decorate that bitch and change it up and shit.
like your own crib.
And you could invite people over and people would come kicking in your crib. Yeah, and then you could walk around. There was shit to do. You could go hang out at the theater and watch fucking random clips of movies and shit.
You could watch movies together. Like if you got in a party with somebody and you went to the movie theater.
Y'all could watch a movie together.
It pretty much was exactly that shit, the metaverse. It was that. Like you can go.
It was the original metaverse, right?
Yeah, you can go into the movie theater.
Because it's probably what, 2010?
Buy the movie, and then you and whoever was in your party, it would come on their screen and you can watch it.
Yep. It was a clothing store. You could roll in there and like pick different
buy shit. You couldn't buy it and it wouldn't come to you in real life. That's what they said the metaverse is going to be like.
Right.
But like
in there
you would buy it and
it would just go in your closet.
Your fucking characters.
Your character's closet in the house. It would just be in there and then you could go find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we created characters and started running around this world because it was more shit going on. Remember there was like carnival games you could play?
Yeah.
You could roll up and play carnival games and shit.
You could go fishing.
You could go fishing.
I remember there was some fishing shit. Like you go in this little dock.
Yeah.
You fucking fishing with your dude, you know what I'm saying? And
it was so much shit.
It was unrealistic because you're wearing the same shit every day.
Right.
But at the same time, you could change.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you could change your clothes all you wanted. But
who's doing all that? I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, we just made our characters. We just made our characters and we were like, this is it.
I just wanted to see what it was about.
We were in there just running. And then remember, you could talk to motherfuckers too.
Yeah.
There were a little box would come up over your head and you could like say
or you
shit.
could call somebody.
Yep.
And you could break out your phone and call another motherfucker.
Oh, that's right.
Everybody that was like
in your crew,
like in your area. Like say we went to because they had clubs. Remember you could go. to
Oh
the
yes,
club.
they did have the club in there, and you could go in there and dance.
Yeah,
and shit.
people be dancing, doing shit, or they'll be talking. And if they say like, "Yo, look at this dumb motherfucker," like they'll say shit like, "Yo, it was way more."
A box would come over their head, and they would say what they were saying.
And you'd be like, yo, this motherfucker clown. Like, they might be clowning the fit. You know what I'm saying? And you had weirdos in there.
Yeah, there was always weirdos running around.
Wearing a dragon suit or some shit.
Something weird. Yeah, it was always something where they'd have some weird shit on. You'd be like, where the fuck do you even find this stuff? Like, they were buying it, I guess, in these stores.
Yeah, I never bought shit.
I didn't buy
shit.
shit
I probably, with the credits, or sometimes you could earn
Yeah,
credits.
because you could earn credits by playing the games
hat,
and doing stuff. Yeah.
I had some fresh pans or some shit. And I'm
I'm
not spending no real
we didn't, money. Eventually, you'd rack up enough points to get cool shit. Like, you didn't have to pay the money.
But we didn't even play that shit that long. We must have played that shit for maybe a month or so.
Yeah. We went in there a few times fucking around, talking shit. Then, just what. But the other one, too. Remember the other one on Xbox? Xbox, you could take your little avatar dude and go in and play poker. Remember when you could play Texas Hold'em? That was just, and it was a free game. You could just roll in and it would just sit you at a table with other motherfuckers, or you could hang with your people or whatever.
They started doing that after the fact.
Yeah, that was after that.
After PlayStation did that, they did that
Xbox
shit.
came out with that shit.
Yeah.
It was a free fucking game that you could just go hang out and play poker with motherfuckers and shit. Talk shit to them and stuff, and you did it with your headset.
There was all kind of shit you could play. I think it was
It was a couple of them. That was the biggest one we played.
Was the one game where you could be like you had to be answering questions or some shit.
Oh yeah, that was it was like
it was like 1 versus 100 or 1 versus 1,000.
It was something like that.
1 versus 100 maybe.
It might have been 1 versus 100.
And
that was out for a while too.
So you had to answer questions, or other people could know it, or some shit like that.
And
I remember you could do that.
And you would get knocked out
with your character,
and then you would get knocked out. Yeah,
and then you were actually playing with other people.
Yeah,
supposedly,
allegedly. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Right, we don't know for sure, but yeah, everybody was their own person or whatever. Yeah. And then y'all were, who knows where they were from.
You could either be the guy, the contestant, or the person on the
Yep, it was something like that. And then you'd answer the question, and then they'd either accept it or not or whatever, and then you get knocked out.
Crazy shit. But yeah, that was the first metaverse.
Yeah, what the fuck happened to all that?
I got money in
shit.
I got money in a decentralized land, but they ain't fucking making it.
Yeah,
that's supposed to be
that shit fell apart.
It was supposed to be that.
Yeah, because where is the metaverse? No one's talking about it anymore. We haven't heard of it in 2 years. No one's talked about the metaverse at all.
Nope.
We forgot
Haven't even
all about
mentioned.
that shit.
They brought out that meta shit.
Right, and then what? Nothing.
And I be using
that
meta.
thing flopped like Snow White.
I use meta sometimes, then I be like, I don't even want to know all this. Like, why is it telling me what the person thought?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there like, man, how do I know that?
I've never been in the metaverse.
Yeah, when you
went in there?
When you use meta,
Yeah.
like
I never got in there.
Let's say you Google search something,
right?
If you use meta, or like even if you're on social media, if you use meta,
yeah,
it'll give you like a synopsis of what you just watched.
Oh yeah, okay.
In a way,
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like it'll give you a breakdown of who's the characters, what they're saying, shit like that. Like there's two people talking, like it would do that for us because it would go into the comments and say the commentators are saying this
like
shit,
to
like
give
it
you
even
a,
says
right.
that shit.
Just yeah.
So all that shit is in there, and it's like,
well, yeah, that's why, because they got like Copilot and the other ones that are sneaking around and stuff. Where it's like, yeah, it's trying to enhance your experience by giving you updated shit or telling you stuff that's while you're looking at stuff. Yeah, it's weird. I'm like, I don't need all that.
I don't need the computer to tell me that. I can decipher that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Normally I'm right. I'm never wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go into the meta shit, I'm never wrong.
Right.
So I'll be like, it is what I thought it was.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't tell me nothing new.
Right.
Why do I need this thing? Maybe that's for some people need that. I don't know.
Some people need the hand holding. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I fucked with the stuff a little bit. You mess with it here and there if you need. I mean, I like the idea that it's available, but I just don't. As long as it's not pushing itself on me, don't push.
I'm pretty
on
sure
me.
I'm pretty sure there's a couple pros, you know, and positive ways you can use it. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you're researching something,
right? Exactly.
That's in the social media space. But if you're researching something and you go to Meta will give you more information to go.
Right, where to find more things.
You know what I mean?
Whatever,
Shit like that.
More information, yeah. And that's what I say. It's not, sometimes it's not a simple, like, see, I don't use Google anymore as my browser. I use one called Brave. And it's supposed to be a little more cleaner than Google and give you more stuff than Google. Because Google, we all heard that Google's been fucking wiping the internet of shit, or whatever. And only showing us what they want us to see kind of shit. So they said Brave's a little more open, and that's probably not even the best. Somebody will probably, be on here now, put in the comments, they'll probably be like, Brave's fucking stealing all your shit. But you know what I mean? Not anything on the internet stealing our shit, we get it. But anyway, so I use Brave, and so it gives you, when you first do, like when you put in something to search, it'll give you like a summary, and then it'll start showing you like the sites you can go to or whatever, and it'll pull a summary from some of those places of what you're looking for. And it'll say like, because maybe sometimes you just need that. You need to go, oh yeah, that was okay, that's what I thought it was, and then move on or whatever, instead of having to click a website or whatever. You know what I mean? So, or click an image or whatever you need to do. So yeah, it'll give you like a little synopsis, and sometimes it works and sometimes it don't, because sometimes I'll read the synopsis and I'm going, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm looking for.
Right.
Or whatever, and then it'll be something else. So it's, you know what I mean? So you just got to be, thinking about it or whatever. But it's got some extra tools that are different. So, and it's supposed to be a little more honest. You know what I mean? So we'll see,
I don't know. I use Google. Google normally bring me to exactly what the fuck I'm looking for. I'd be like asking that shit the most randomest shit.
Right.
And it'd be like, yep, that's exactly what I needed to know. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
For the shit I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, because, let me see. There's one that I just did. Did y'all know about this, folks? Check this out. There's something called church molestation insurance. Did you know about this? Church molestation insurance, also known as abuse and molestation insurance or sexual misconduct insurance, is designed to protect religious organizations from financial losses and reputation damage resulting from allegations of misconduct or abuse. This coverage typically includes incidents involving pastors, staff members, volunteers, or even other church members, and it can help mitigate the organization's exposure to legal claims, damages, and associated legal expenses, thus safeguarding its financial stability and reputation.
Hey, let's get it, bro. Yo, stop giving your money to the church, yo.
What the fuck's going on?
Stop giving your money to the church.
Why would they need that? Because I thought the church was safe. Why would you need that?
Don't do tithes to the church.
What are y'all doing out here?
So,
because they don't here, you know, break it down for them.
Yeah. So look,
what is a tithe? Break that down.
So look, you gotta go look up some people that's talking about it because they break it down way more than I am. But I'm gonna break it down Prim style.
Prim it out.
Yo, tithe means to give back. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean to pay somebody or to give something more things. It's to give back when you receive. So if you receive help, then you should say
that's the pay it forward type
say
thing,
thank
right?
you. That's like saying thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, but you're not supposed to pay somebody
for profit of any kind.
No.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
Keep going. Give him another example.
So like, for instance, let's say me and Jeff go out and we're hunters and we're feeding our family, you know, and we shoot
an elk,
a deer or something.
Right.
We take the deer, we start breaking it apart, we pray on it, stuff like that, and then we give back. Like we probably would toss a leg out there,
right?
Because that leg is gonna go to feed
and
the other animals in that area,
and some entrails. That's why you leave the entrails.
You leave that there.
Other animals are going to be able to feed off that.
That's the tithe part. We gave back. You didn't just take the whole thing,
right?
And take the scraps and take
Breed
everything
and everything, right?
And start selling everything from the fur to the hooves to all of that. You're gonna make a profit on every little bit of it. That's capitalism. That's the evil. That's all that shit.
That's the greed.
That's what they do. Mm-hmm. So we don't do that. And then along the way, you might, as we walking home, we're gonna split this between our two families. There might be somebody that helps us cross a bridge, or do something, and we say, "Hey, we have food here."
Right. Give them a couple pork chops.
This is for helping us do that.
Right.
That's
couple
how
of steaks.
That's how you pay people for the things that you're doing.
Right. Right. And you can take that into this modern world now, right?
Yeah,
it becomes like a barter system. You know what I mean? That's why you're supposed to be able to go, you know, like I said, if somebody's like when I used to go, like you know, when I was doing electronics and stuff, when I was putting up screens and putting up TVs, different things, right? So a lot of times when I was younger, I would like people would be like, "Yo, how much come hang my TV or whatever?" And I'd be like, "I don't need your money." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, "Hey, make a good dinner, man." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Grab a 6-pack. Let's kick back. That's a meal.
Now I'm fed for that day.
That's a meal I didn't have to buy, right? Yeah, and they got their TV put up or whatever.
You're not being greedy,
right? Just taking what you need.
The world is giving you what you need for your good doings, for your good living.
Right.
It's gonna feed you through your people, through the people around you, through your community. We don't need to like someone owing this person, someone owing that person, and all that bullshit.
Right. Well, the tit for tat. You know what I mean? It's like when you owe people money or things, you owe them or whatever. But
right, you do like what you say you're gonna do. If you say you're gonna pay for a thing, you say that. But when I'm you know, I'm talking from the other level. Like it should never get to that point.
Right.
If you're doing it right.
Correct. Because now you're in debt, and no one should ever be in debt to anybody. That's not how this works.
Right.
It should never work like that. It's like you said, you pay for what you get for what you pay for or whatever, back and forth, or you know what I mean, based on energies and different things, right?
Anyone who lives good and is a good, honest person are going to meet people that's going to help them and assist them.
Right.
So if you live like that, and then some people are going to stay around you because of that.
Right. They'll orbit around your planet.
And you do for them, they do for you, shit like that.
Right. It's a
so
back
y'all
and forth.
live together. That's how communities used
back
to
and
live.
forth, right. Mm-hmm. That's
So, like,
that's the tribal.
If something happens wrong with
about.
something happened wrong with Douglas, his crib got fucked up.
Right. We're supposed to come and help.
Hey, let's go help him build his crib back. today. You know what I mean? And then we go help them build this shit back.
And here's the thing. And when we say let's go help build it back, right? There's some of us who are going to go help and actually do the work and build. There's others who are going to pull up and start cooking. Right. There's others that are going to pull up with drinks. There's other people that are going to pull up and with some music and get everybody chilling so that it's not a fucking craziness and we can make light of the day instead of the disaster all the time.
How do you think these people build up their communities back whenever disaster happens?
Right.
It don't be the government. It be people coming together. They help each other out.
Right.
That's what you always see. Mm-hmm. You never see the government helping them.
Right. Right. They're actually out there hurting them. That's what we found out.
When have you ever seen? Okay, let's just talk about the hurricanes in different places.
Yeah.
When have you ever seen the military or the government helping them build it back? When have you ever seen that video?
Right.
You won't.
Right.
Because it's always the people building it back themselves.
Building it back. Right.
Now, they may receive some government funds or some insurance situations, but the insurance was supposed to do that.
Right.
And if you was a straight up insurance, you did that. Mm-hmm. If you didn't, then we know who you are.
Right.
We know who you are.
They're exactly who we thought they were.
So that's how we need to build our communities, man. Like,
right.
And yes, we still do the ingenuity. We still do the innovation.
Right. Still build the businesses, still build the brands. See, that's the thing.
They tried to take down TikTok.
Talk about that.
They tried to take down TikTok because TikTok had STEM on it. Everybody think it was about the bullshit with the China shit and all that.
They still talking about they trying to shut it down.
I'm telling y'all, that's because you can click on STEM and it will teach you
at the top
things.
Little scroll bar.
Yeah, there's some science in there.
Go to STEM.
You know how I feel about science, but there's
learn some shit.
There's literature. There's actually how to build things. You know what I mean? Breaking it down, Barney style. Mm-hmm. There's lectures on shit.
Right.
There's all kinds of shit in there. Just learning. It's it's free fucking education.
Yeah, just like YouTube and all these other places. You know what I mean?
And it's available at click of a button. While you can have some debauchery bullshit you want to look at, you can learn too. That's why they. That's why they tried to take that shit down.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
Don't get it twisted, man.
Yeah, tell them about the other shit. Which one? What was you talking about? Oh, fuck, I just lost it. You were talking, and you were cooking, so I let it go.
Oh, shit.
Damn, what was it? It was something we were just talking about earlier, and you were saying something that they were lying about. Fuck, what was it?
Tide?
Not the Tide. We did that. Ah, shit, it was the other one. It was on, what were you just talking about? You were talking about, what were we just talking about?
Shit. That's the weed.
I know. Shit.
The good part is we can always go back. Yeah. Even if we have the conversation without y'all.
We will. We'll figure it out.
Because we'll know what it is at that point. But
oh, shit. It was something on you were just talking about, and I was going to go, you were just talking about that, where it was something along the lines, damn it. I had it, and then I was like, damn, he's cooking. Keep it going. And then I just fucking moved on.
Yeah, I was talking about the STEM shit.
Yeah.
But
TikTok shutting down.
TikTok, but it was something before that.
It was in that area. It was in that area. We were talking about TikTok shutting down, STEM. What were you? It was just it was something I think we were talking about either yesterday or something like that. I think it was, and you were mentioning something was. You noticed something was a foul. Damn it!
I went from the Tide, and then I went to the education.
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. There was a part I used to bridge those.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're talking about.
I think that might be close. That might be close.
Yeah,
we're getting there.
Yeah, that's in it too. Yeah, all that's in it, man. It's all connected. Just another branch, bro. We'll bring it back on the next episode if we remember shit. You know, I'll be back.
Yeah, definitely. Episode 121.
Nice. You said you wanted to play him some music and shit?
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. Shit. Almost forgot. We were fucking getting some good conversation there. Now we can fucking brainstorm while we're fucking letting the music play real quick. Maybe we can remember this shit.
Right.
All right. Yeah, this is a joint we did on the first Congressman. We just put out a Congressman last year, We the People. But this is the one called We Approve This Message back in 2009. and there was a little song on there that was like one of our first little hits called "Stay a While." Wanted to let y'all check that out.
I wrote this shit too.
Here we go.
I wrote it.
Stay, but I got some moves to make, a position I got to take, and people watching me. Sorry, baby girl, I cannot stay in one place for too long. They wanna take me down, and we can't have that. You gotta face the fact, I got influence to spread, minor rules to break. Gots to make this bread, chances I gotta take. I know you scared for my life, one day I'll make it right, but not tonight, I gotta bounce. I'm about to miss my flight, my every move counts, I can't rule it out. Never I bluff with you, I try to keep it true. You knew the truth about my situation with some hesitation before I got with you. I'm thinking maybe I wanna marry you, baby, and that's a lot for me. But haters, they wanna topple me, even though the game right here is still the same. They told me never to trust a chick up in this thing, and I'ma gamble on that.
Why do you have to go? Tell me, can you stay? Your money's coming slow. Your money's coming slow. You never spend my time. You never spend my time with me. But baby, can you stay with me for a while?
Your body's an addiction, I just can't stay away. I'm searching for my clothes, and you keep trying to play. I need to be in traffic so I can make it happen. I'm flushing down my condom so you can't try and trap me. It's time to make some money now. You stay here and hold it down. I know that you loving every minute of me hanging around, cause you such a bad bitch. All about your cabbage, even you don't understand why you in love with a savage. I'm in so many places, I mean so many faces. I package it, deliver it, then I'm off to the races. I stay safe as possible, but you callin' audible. Laughing and grinning, cause I come across plausible. Why you always so serious, always so curious. Walking out the door and you always so furious. Following behind me wearing nothing but a teddy. I'm starting up the ride and I'm missing you already.
Why do you have to go? Tell me, can you stay a while with me? Your money's coming slow. You don't ever spend my time with me. I know you have to go. Can you stay with me? Can you stay with me for a while? Can you stay with me? I've been loving you, holding you down. I've been here for you, but you're never around. You tell me this, saying that I don't wanna hear it. Just tell me you can stay for a little while. Baby, give me a little time. Stay for a little while with me. Just stay for a little while with me.
There it is.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, you wrote the hook.
I wrote the hook
and your verse.
in my verse.
I wrote my verse, and then you just let her freak it at the end a little bit.
That
We're
was
like,
all
just
her.
freak it up.
She
Yeah.
wrote that part.
Right.
I think she did that off the top of the dome.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You told her just give me some
just
freak it
go-
up
yeah,
shit
just
and
do
just
whatever you want to do.
And just we worked it. Yeah.
But she sang that part for the hook because I wanted it to say that, and then she just killed it at the end with her own stuff. It was dope.
Stay a while. Yeah.
I thought it was cool ass.
Yeah. At the time, that was like fucking one of our fucking best fucking songs. You know what I mean? Like just creation wise, putting it all together and the mixing and everything. That still sounded good. And it fucking sounded really good in the headphones.
Even the backgrounds.
Yeah,
I could hear this
everything sounded good. That was nice. I hope you heard it good at wherever you're at.
Yeah.
Because it sounded, I'm going to have to listen to that again in these headphones, man. These headphones sounded nice. I was like, damn, everything sounds good in here.
Yeah, you can hear the backups and everything and shit. Ad-libs was clear, crispy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, a little throwback for y'all, man. We was on our pimp game. We was mixing up in that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yeah, that was 15 years ago, man.
That's when we was trying to make it.
Yeah, right.
We was in the industry, not in the industry. We was in the independent industry, the independents.
Independent, trying to
make it out this bitch. I was like, yo, we gotta get a hit, man. We need a hit.
Yeah, I do remember talking about like, we need a singer. We're like, we need a singer, and like, we just figured it out. Yeah.
That's
back then that was a big one. Yeah.
That should be a good song, bro. That's one of our good ones.
Yeah.
That was like if we had like a greatest.
And
album,
I like my voice on that. I had some deepness to me. That deepness was cool. I'm listening to that. I'm going, damn, I don't even remember sounding like that. I had some deepness to it. I like that.
Yeah, we was talking shit, man. We was the Congressmen, man.
Your body's an addiction. I just can't stay away. It's like I don't even think I could even duplicate that again. Your body's an addiction. Like it would just sound weird to me.
You probably weighed like 100 more pounds.
That's true. Nice one. No, I'm just kidding. That's true though. Yeah, back then. Yeah, fucking A. That's 09. That's true. Go look at that cover. I had some fatty cheeks on that one.
Yeah, remember we had the fucking
put the suits on and shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go check out that album, man. That's the Congressmen.
We
always
approved this
that
message.
shit. We approved this message. That's before the last one we did.
Yeah. Last year we did We the People.
Yeah.
So yeah, check them both out. Play them in order.
Yeah.
It'll make sense to you.
Yeah, we've
been doing this shit.
Might do another one.
You know what I mean?
We might do another one.
Like here's the thing, right?
Might do a part 3.
We got. But I'm saying, look at the fucking things.
Make it a trilogy.
We're talking about this shit in 09, and look at half the shit from that album. Half the shit, they were doing all this shit and more.
Oh, man, it was all out there, bro.
And more. And so it was like...
How much time we got? Play another song.
Right. I'm like,
we had some shit on that motherfucker. You know what I mean? We ain't got to... Shit, give them a little preview.
Let's see here.
Give them the keynote address in the other one.
Oh, yeah.
The solos. We were talking that shit on them shits. That's what the people were doing. The politicians, the motherfucking people, the government. Mm-hmm. It's a political album, but it's artistically done.
Nice, I like that.
That's what it is.
I like that. Yeah, because we played the
we
other
dropping
album.
knowledge in there. We doing all kinds of shit in that motherfucker.
Yeah, because we played Life of a Congressman before. We definitely played that one. Or the past episode. Let's give them... She's a freak. She's a freak. She's the kind of woman with high standards. Romans, Greeks, Americans, and Spaniards with lots of intelligence, political relevance. Took a flight to Japan and she's selling it. A room full of gentlemen focused on her curves. Totally outnumbered, but she never lost her nerves. Proud of the fact that she runs with the congressmen. Sassy demeanor and hell of a body, man. From city to city and state to state. She gets the job done no matter the stakes. There's a promise to the people that must remain. And when she speaks, you listen. So please refrain. Don't slander campaign or drink haterade. She and her staff ain't nothing to be played. You can see it in her eyes, the power and strength. When she sinks in her teeth, her wheel never breaks.
She's an international freak. Her diplomacy is unique. Her state may be secretary, but never secondary. It's guaranteed to be sweet. She's an international freak. Her diplomacy is unique. Her state may be secretary, but never secondary. It's guaranteed to be sweet. She's an international freak. She's an international freak. Italiana, yeah, got something about her. Rocking that Prada suits, yeah, something proper. She got immunity, rolling through the community. She a diplomat, even on that flow mat. Give her the ball back and let her handle that. She going far, homie, yeah, she all up on me. She a real girl, and she know the world. Met one in Taiwan, even some in Saigon. Called them my patty wine, political hold on scrotums. Type of memorandums that are damn them. She go and talk to that number one dude. She never rude and get that all, that be crude. Now that be slick talk, my chick be all about it. And then she walk about it, she got a princess in my pocket. I guarantee with sex on the docket, my baby girl is gonna lock it.
She's an international freak. Her diplomacy is unique.
Her state may be secretary, but never secondary. It's guaranteed to be sweet.
She's an international freak.
She's an international freak.
You can never be my competition. My competition gets hit with ammunition. His rendition gon' be the remake of a lynching. Clenching, gripping hard on that last breath. Flinching because he's slipping out of consciousness. I know he was a simp and not ready for that. So when he died, his eyes stay wide. His body sloping, showing the fear open. Everybody hoping he died with pride. But how could he when his whole life he been living a lie? Trying hard to be hard to Mr. Cool Guy. But in a real eye, you be that sly fool guy. End up the fall guy. Tossed off a roof, a not so fly guy. There's so many people that think they can walk on water. And for those, they get hit with the slaughter. Man, my truth is so serious. Chicks succumb to they curious. I bring the end to any statement like I was period. Thoughts pop up in my dome like Confucius. And this ain't no new shit, bitch. So stay off my dick. Bitches get so nauseous when I floss it, cause my realness is so potent. Fire up that shit like it's molten. Spit lava on these jivers. My id is bigger than any continent. I spit my psychology, it's like a philosophy. Scientists should be trying to study me. Day by day my ass gets more ghetto. So you can always see the homeboy sipping Modelo. So down little fellow, there's a couple of people out here a few shades away from yellow. And they don't fight no more, they just bang with the chrome. Who talking so much shit over this microphone? Not me, you only see the realness, G. PPE.
Congressmen. That keynote
address. Play
address.
this one again. Here we go.
Y'all standing in the voting booths like zombies. Y'all don't know what y'all doing. You know what I mean? Y'all pushing buttons. You know, on the machines, y'all pushing buttons. Y'all have no clue. I'm gonna tell y'all, voters beware. Y'all gotta check this out. DC, secrets and lies, that's what they selling me. Shaking up the house and the Senate, changing the recipe. A product of the so-called American dream. Running on a platform of cons and schemes. A serving other people using lyrical weaponry. Campaigning my last name so the voters remember me. Destroy my opponent with accusations and rumors. Debating the issues on every TV and computer. Using daily commercials for propaganda ideals. My campaign staff is there to sharpen my skills. And with large contributions, I'm in somebody's pocket. I got 4 long years to plant the seeds of profit. I work with oil and energy, coal and major ports. Gotta keep my backers happy no matter the cost. But just a year ago, you knew nothing about me. Now parade through your state and appear in magazines. Travel the radio circuit, talk with Oprah. Got a street team combing your city with posters. So have no fear when you enter the voting booth. Cause every candidate walks the edge of bullshit or truth. So don't be fearful. Turn in those voters' registrations. We want the numbers. But you need to pay attention. Voter beware. Pay attention to who you're voting for.
That beat was crank.
That was a Dane beat.
That beat was
That was a
crank.
Dane beat. I remember that one. I think that was a Dane beat.
Yo, that shit
International
was
Freak. That was your beat.
Yeah, I did
You
that
made
one.
that one. I think the keynote address, you might have did that one too. Yeah, you might have did that one too. Yeah. And then, yeah, man. So, yeah. Go check it out. We approved this message. And you see the messages we just threw at y'all. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. See, like, some people will, you know, like, that's part of our resume. You know what I mean? Like, some of these people out here going, how do y'all know? How do y'all know what y'all talking? We've been saying this shit. You know what I mean? We've been saying this shit. This was in 2009. You know what I mean?
It was a long time ago.
It's stamped.
So the shit I'm saying today ain't different from what I was saying then.
Right. We just know more now. That's what we trying to tell y'all. We know more now.
Yeah, we know what they're doing.
That's all we're saying. Check it out. You know what I mean? Awkward intelligence. That's what we're here for.
We all know what they're doing.
We are the new news. We're the alternative news.
Maybe that should be the name of the next album.
We're the news you're not gonna know. Which one?
The next Congressman.
What'd you say?
We know what they're doing.
We know what they're doing. Just call it
Remember,
full disclosure.
what was it? It was
We approve this message. We the people.
We know what they doing.
We know what they're doing. I get it. Yeah. That's the trilogy. I like it.
Yo.
I like it.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We know what they doing. Shit.
We know what they're doing. Yeah. Got to finish it off.
Wraps it up.
It's crazy how it kind of worked that way. Yeah.
It's crazy, bro, because I wore this hat. Remember in the video of
oh, you did wear a fucking
I'm
cowboy
wearing
hat.
the cowboy hat.
Holy shit. See? It's not a coincidence, folks.
That's what the shit we talking about. See, you watched it happen live.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
I didn't make that up.
Yep.
I didn't know we were going to talk about that album.
Right. I
just saw it. I saw the
pulled it up.
hat in 7-Eleven. I was like, that looks cool.
Right.
I'm going to wear that for the show.
Oh, you just got this?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Something told me to get it.
Nice. I didn't know. I thought you had it. So I didn't know it was some new shit.
Do the shit on. Running for office, yo.
Yeah. And then, go look that up on YouTube. Running for office, Congressman. Yeah, he's got a fucking cowboy hat on that. It's not that one, but it's a cowboy hat.
Yeah, it's another one.
Put it in the comments. Somebody go find it. Put it in the comments. Tell everybody what color it was.
Yeah.
There you go. First
We'll
one.
make it a game.
Right. What do we give him? First one, put it in the comments.
Send you an autographed copy of
the Congressman. We still got Congressman albums.
Yeah.
We do.
Send you
We could send you a CD. We'll send you a CD. The first one to go put. What did we call? What did we do? What was the fucking contest? I forgot what I said.
Whoever can name the color of the hat.
The color of the hat in the running for office video on YouTube.
Yeah.
Go find it. Figure out what the color of the hat is and post it in the comments. First one gets a autographed copy of the Congressman album on CD.
On CD.
Nice. Hey, let's get it, bro.
Just a little gem in there for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just a little gem in there for you.
I like that CD cover too. That CD cover was dope.
Yeah. It was a good fucking cool idea.
Yeah.
We put a cool idea together. Yeah, I thought it was really, at the time, it was like, that was like the dopest album cover we had. Yeah. Now we've done some really good ones since then. And yeah, we people like Scorpio, Simply Great Graphics. He did a lot of stuff for us over the years too. If y'all been to the website, you've seen that.
You should already know.
Yeah, so yeah, man. New t-shirts are on there too. So we got new t-shirt designs, new hoodie designs. You know what I mean? There's one on there called Galactic Gangster. Come on. In purple.
I like that shit. That shit is dope, yo.
In purple.
Flash it up on the screen.
In purple.
That shit is dope.
That's a good one.
When I saw it, I was like, yeah. That's it, man.
Yeah, there it is. So yeah, we got new ideas. We got new ideas all the time, new designs. So you know what I mean? Check out ppmusic.com. You know what's up. The websites are on the fucking screen. Come on.
It's always on the screen.
Exactly.
You know where we at. Get the music,
right.
Get the show.
PP Studios.
Come record if you want, if you're in the area. Shit.
Nice.
You know what it is. Still doing it. Still making the dream happen.
Yeah, manifesting it. Manifesting and building it. It's crazy. Yeah. It's wild, the ride we've been on, man. It's been some years. Holy shit. Damn, just the last 5 years alone.
Yo, you remember when
you know what I mean? Just the last 5 years alone.
You remember when Instagram came out?
That was like 07, 08 or some shit, right?
And they had the where you can scroll what you had been doing. Like you can create a scroll of what you've been doing, and we had the PPE page do that, and it would be a scroll that just went across.
Oh yeah, okay.
And it was linked to the Instagram.
Okay, yes, that was early on. Yep, we had that. Now we yeah.
Yo, that little moment right there, I was like, yo, that's when we were grinding.
Right.
We had
a
the
bunch
music
of shit was going on, right?
You could see us driving to the studio. You could see all this other shit. Like we were doing like almost. That was almost like a reality TV.
Well, yeah, you're right, because we were building the studio. It was when we were painting and doing all kinds of shit and putting it all together. We were posting that. Right. We were posting that stuff. That's right. Go back deep in our fucking Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the stuff we were posting. Yeah, that's the crazy shit. You could see it building and grinding and putting together.
Yeah, on PPE Music.
Yep. At PPE Music.
Yeah, go check
on
out
Instagram.
Go check out them photos, man.
Yeah. All right, we've done a lot of shit.
The story is in there.
Yeah. Somebody write that book. That's what I was saying. I was like, man, we need to write a book. That'd be crazy. We gotta figure this out.
Yo, there's books that could come out of the book.
Right. Definitely. Yeah, there's enough characters that they got their own book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
You could venture off into so many other fucking things. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, we'll start wrapping this thing up. You know how we do. Spread love, spread truth. Keep it rocking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Write your book. Write your story.
Write your story.
Tell your story.
This is part of our story.
Make it happen. We can do this together.
Yep.
This is the real, we're all in this together.
Right.
Not the fucking shit
the
they
fake
told
one.
us with the fucking coronavirus.
Are we really all in this together?
Coronavirus. That shit real. Yo, they lied to you, yo.
That shit is real. I know. We know 100% now they lied to us at this point. If you don't, if you're still on the fence, how dare you? Because you know what they fucking did to us. They kept you from your family members. You watch, you know what I mean? You watch family. Some people watch their family members die or didn't watch their family members. Couldn't even go. So it's like, you know what I mean? Remember what they did to you. And you're still backing them. You know what I mean? You're still fucking trying to fight for us. You're still fighting for the system that they fucking did all this shit to you. Right.
It's crazy shit they created.
Yeah. But that's, Stockholm Syndrome. You know what I mean?
It's going to be a new day.
Sometimes you end up loving your abuser, man.
Play that song, A New Day. It's going to be a new day.
Yeah. Right. Because, see, like they always keep talking about let's bring in the new world or, the new world order. Well, it's already here. That's what we're in. We're going back to the old world.
It's happening right in front of your eyes.
Yeah, we're going back to the old world. That's the trick.
You won't even realize.
That's the trick they played on us. That's the flip.
Will never be.
They made us think the new world was some shit we were going to. It's like, no, we're getting rid of your new world and going back to the old world.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
Because you see how it's happening. Left and right, we're starting to reach back and go, wait a minute. It was so more simpler when we had this. It was so more simpler when we did this. And we're all doing it. That's what that whole idea is. Because we're remembering the old times. We don't need this new world there that they have. We don't need it.
Ushering it in.
Yep. We're walking into it. That's why we're timeline jumping and all that stuff. We're fixing it. We're putting it back the way it's supposed to be.
Watch what happens next.
We got out of whack.
So
yeah, spiritually, mentally, physically, get yourself together. You know what I mean? You ain't got to do them all at the same time. Work on a little here and there. It ain't got to be all or none. Just do a little bit. Every day you get better. Every day, one little thing extra. One little thing. You know what I mean? You see me? I'm doing the black seed oil and the oil of oregano now. I'm on day 3. I'm on day 3. Let's see what happens. No, nice. By the time you see this, I'll be on day 5. So, you got to start somewhere. Remember what we said? So I'm starting, and here I go. Let's see what happens. You're gonna see the journey for the next 3 to 6, 9 weeks. Let's see what happens. Let's see how the energy flows. Let's see how things get better. Nice.
Yep.
You got anything for him?
Nope. I'm good. Signing off. Mr. Prim.
Yep. Awkward Intelligence. I'm Intox. No Bdot today. Mr. Prim in the building. And we'll holler at you. Catch you on the next one.
Awkward Intelligence.
Just smoking vibe.
This is Awkward Intelligence.
Just smoking vibe.